And it's Thursday night, and this is Loot Shooter Weekly, and I am gamertag Burt Reynolds. And with me, as usual, is the one and only Negan Killjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
The golden voice of gaming.
Hello, Burt Reynolds. How you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing well, Negan. How about yourself?
Okay, my mind is blown by some stuff we're going to be talking about tonight. Just mind-blowing.
Always with the emotes. That's nice, man. I like it.
There we go.
I like it.
So you're doing good. So it's a good Thursday, and tomorrow's Friday, as we were talking about much earlier when we were doing our giveaway. So
Yeah,
good things all around.
we did do our giveaway today. That was nice. That was fun.
Yeah, we did. Angelic Beastly Creatures doing a giveaway for the Moe's build we did last week.
Yep. And I thought it went well. I thought it was fun. Good time. Where do we feel like going tonight to show off weapons?
That's a good question.
Somewhere a little laid back, but I want something different than Athena's.
How about, what's the swamp called? The swamp has some good spots.
Eden 6? I'm trying to think of what would be good there. I mean, there are. I was actually thinking, you know, that really annoying spot on Pandora that we should do Konrad's Hold. That one sucks.
Are we looking for fun and laid back, or are we looking for sucky? Because there could be two different things. Konrad's Hold, that wouldn't be bad actually.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we'll go to Konrad's Hold. You titled the stream tonight More Buffs, I think.
More power, let's talk gun buffs.
More power, let's talk gun buffs. So yeah, let's talk about gun buffs. But before we talk about gun buffs, and now that we know that we're both doing okay, it is Thursday night, and Thursday night means beverage night.
Oh, yes, it does. It does indeed tonight mean beverage night. Yes.
And one night I get to cheat on my diet.
That's right.
So
that's right. It's a cheat night for you more than anything else.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. But I'm gonna let you go first tonight because I think I went first last week. So it's your night to go first. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, I decided last week it sounded really good when you were doing a blonde ale. I believe you did Dirty Blonde was the name of the beer last week, if I recall correctly. So I went out and tracked down a couple blonde ales for myself, and tonight I'm doing one called Behind You, which is by Federation Brewing out of Oakland, California. And They simply describe it as crisp, clean, pairs with mistakes. I figured that'd be appropriate.
Pairs with mistakes?
Pairs with mistakes. So I liked, all right, I can drink a beer that will pair with mistakes. I've been known to make a mistake or two, and we're going to Konrad's Hold, which may lead to big mistakes. So I think it's going to work out really well.
That may be big mistakes.
How about yourself? What are you doing tonight?
I am going to do it's called Copper Coin. It is a vanilla coffee lager. Like how I blended the word vanilla and coffee together there accidentally. That was nice.
Yeah. Vanilla coffee lager.
I've not yet been drinking, despite the fact that it kind of sounds like it. Yeah. Not yet. Yeah, vanilla coffee. And I got this Copper Coin. It's from Back Pocket Brewing. I don't even know where they're located, but I got this while we were out in Galena. Coralville, Iowa.
Wow.
Is
where
it's from. So semi-local. Yeah. Semi-local. So that's what I'm going to try tonight. Negan, I'm going to drink it out of the can against my better judgment, only because we were a little unprepared tonight. So there's that.
All right, I won't judge too harshly. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers to you, man. All right, so let's talk about what got buffs. And I'll be honest, I haven't played with any of it yet. So, just trying some of the stuff out for the first time. Looking at what we brought out in this first arsenal, we're going to switch arsenals out a couple times tonight as we go through here. I've got a Moonfire. I'm actually going to... do I have more than one of these? I think I only brought one. We got a Moonfire, we got a Kivesworth, Reflux, and the Globetrotter. So we've got a Torque pistol, Malawan SMG, Hyperion shotgun, and the COV launcher. All of these things got buffs of varying degrees, and so we're gonna play with them. I've not played a lot in the past with the Moonfire. The Moonfire is a little slow for my liking. I'm also, I'm just not always totally sure about it.
But you said, wasn't the Moonfire the one that you went through your inventory and you saw a pretty good boost on it?
It did get a pretty good boost on it. I'm not used to how it shoots, so that's going to take me a minute to get used to it. But yes, the Moonfire did get looks like a pretty significant buff. I'm not lazy data, so I did not do math on this stuff. That guy always does all the math on it. I did not. But we're just getting a feel for how the gun plays and how it feels. It's not taking stuff down really fast. I'm gonna switch actually the Kibes here. Now that feels like it is taking that stuff down pretty fast. And this is what we were wanting to see here. We got an Anointed Goon. And I chose to run just basically a standard Phazerker Amara tonight. Just because very, very forgiving in terms of what anointments are required. I can run N2M, I can run 200 splash, I can run consecutive hits. It doesn't really matter. And that's the reason I chose Amara. Instead of, say, we had talked a little bit before, like if I ran URAD 5150, then I'd have to run Flak. If I ran Sentinel Cryo, then I'd have to run Zane. This felt like the most flexibility, so I went with it.
Makes
Have
sense.
a little smattering of everything. And, the gun-wise, again, you mentioned our Discord earlier. Most of the stuff came from Angelic and Beastly Creatures. It's just stuff I've acquired over time. How long did you spend on comms with me while I was trying to find all this stuff across all the different mule tunes?
Might have been about 30 minutes.
Half an hour. And I'll confess, a lot of things got buffed today. I don't have all of them. I know that probably
That's
is shocking to some people.
What?
I don't. Just because, the Reflux must have gotten a significant buff.
Yeah, those guys went down quick.
Yeah, that was a little different. But yeah, I mean, most of the stuff has come from there over time, right? So it's just stuff I had on different mule tunes. Fun stuff. We'll give all of this a little roll. So it looks like the Reflex got a significant buff. I'm not yet in love with the Moonfire, so I'm going to trade that out now for the Multi-Tap, which got a really big buff. I'm going to trade out my Kivesworth, which seems like it's in a good spot, for a Smog. Again,
you like Smogs. You've liked them for a while,
do.
But they weren't as good as they could be.
And they've been buffed once already, and I felt like they were pretty good. But definitely, they probably didn't get I'm going to guess they didn't get a particularly huge buff, but so the wow. That Anointed giving me some trouble. That said, the multi-tap puts in some work, man. That when it fires off those cryo rockets, they do work.
Yeah, looks like you're doing some pretty good damage down there. I've been shooting a couple guys, but nothing major.
Well, this isn't one of those nights. You can shoot what you want. But yeah, the multi-tap seems to be in a good spot. That's nice. I like that. All right, so for this next section, we'll try out the smog a little bit. See how that's doing.
And so why did you like that before, and what was it missing before? Why are we running it more often? What was it lacking before? Was it just firepower before?
It was just a little on the lighter side of the firepower. It worked really good for a while on Zane. And it worked really good on Flak. I've always really liked it on Flak. And again, it was never like bad. It just wasn't, it was like a solid top end of B type of thing. It gets more damage when you aim down sights, although, and it'll amp. Fast firing.
You feeling a difference with it?
A little. It must not have gotten like a huge buff. Doesn't feel ridiculously stronger than it did. Not like the reflux was feeling. Now I'll try the reflux again up here on this group. Oh yeah, dude, that
seems to be doing something.
Wow. So the reflux is in a really good spot. I think we can assume that.
Definitely looks like it is. Just put down the big man really fast. Nice.
All right, so I'm going to try out the Globetrotter. Now, I've never been a fan of the Globetrotter. It always felt kind of goofy to me. It did not do, and when you think about launchers, right, in this game, and you think about that is strong. I mean, what was it up against, right? Like, it's up against some tough competition in the launcher slot.
Right.
You've got, Backburner and Plague Bearer, which are like, incredible pieces. And this one always felt hard to hit with, and then when it did, it just wasn't really that effective. And you could see it just makes a big fat mess. It's not like a... And the problem was before, it was just... Yeah. It was just like this giant mess that didn't necessarily really do anything previously. Now that, and this is the other problem with it, I'm going to kill myself with it. Because...
I think he killed me with it, too.
It does make a big mess. Boy, did it use a lot of ammo. I am completely tapped on heavy.
Wow. Wow.
Just like that.
That was a short amount of time, too.
Okay, so we know that. That's an ammo dump right there. All right, the Crater got a buff, so we'll throw that one on. The Redistributor also got a buff today. Where's my Redistributor? Did I forget to take the Redistributor out of the bank? I must have forgotten to take the Redistributor out of the bank. So we'll have to go back and get that in a little bit. Web Slinger got a buff. I've never really used the Web Slinger, if I'm honest. Shockingly. And of course, the grenade I'm running tonight is the Light Speed, which also got a buff to about 75,000 damage on a grenade. Grenades in general, though, man, they are just kind of underpowered in here. The DNA got a buff, but it didn't get a buff because it already got a buff, and it didn't really get a buff at all. That's not a buff.
Or they say it did, and they didn't give it one, or they didn't apply it yet. They're saying it did, but yeah, I read the same thing. A couple of people have said it didn't really feel like a buff at all.
And the damage number didn't move.
Oh,
so
that's That's indicative as
That's
well.
usually a pretty good. So on the EMP5, which I also don't use, I think this one does something with crit when you're in the air, and I probably I'd never used it. So I think it does something with crit damage when you're in the air. So apparently I probably need to jump around a little bit.
All right. And that kind of anointment, that kind of perk on a gun in this game isn't really beneficial because you're not in the air for very long.
No, you're not. Be good in something like Destiny.
Oh yeah.
Boy, does that thing use that thing goes that's gonna go through ammo fast too. Oh yeah, it's fire rate and crit damage when you're in the air.
Oh, gotcha.
So if you're looking to buff, like Boston, but I am going through ammo like nobody's business there. All right, let's try the web slinger.
That looked like it did something. A little bit, it would burn you down a little bit faster than it was. Kind of cool looking too.
What?
I said it seemed to be burning him down faster than the other gun was, and it's also kind of cool looking too.
It's very cool looking. Yeah, that seemed to do some work. Not going to complain about that. But man, I can't believe how quick that Globetrotter ran through that ammo.
Mm-hmm.
That is shocking. Shocking, shocking, shocking. All right. Now we're going to fight some bugs. There's some irony to shooting spider webs at flying insects.
There you go.
A little bit of something there that's kind of interesting. You may also notice that I am running the Super Soldier Shield, so, I'm getting some fire rate out of that as well. And I've got an on-action skill start one, so it's, kind of up a lot. Now the Manvark is going to be a little bit more of my guess is a little bit more of a pain.
What gives you the idea that it's going to be a little bit of a challenge just because of it is what it is, you know?
No, he's just a little harder.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He's not he's not a red bar.
There's not. Bouncing those Globetrotters around, though.
So the crater still does not feel like it's, I don't know. I would have a real hard time choosing the crater, as a SMG over, say, something like the Chaosin or certainly Plasma Coil.
Yeah. We're going to use it now, right there?
Hmm?
We're going to use it right there, using the spiderweb?
Yeah, that's the web slinger.
Nice.
I mean, that felt a lot.
I'm just watching the red bar just go away. Zoop.
Yeah, that felt a lot better. So I want to point out that I did just push down on the D-pad. So just letting you know.
And did it auto loot like you expected?
It did not.
It did not.
It did not.
Yes, that's a little our little Outriders muscle memory coming into play right there.
Yeah, no auto looting going on. Sadly. I would have enjoyed it had it auto looted. All right. So let's So So I tell you what, let's go get a redistributor, because that's the one other one we don't have. So why don't I take us back? We'll go to Sanctuary. We'll grab the redistributor. Man, that reflux. I'll tell you what. That's the thing I'm pumped about.
That one did seem to do some work for you. Put her down quickly.
Yeah. And we discovered earlier, I have a Servos execute, but only with Sentinel Cryo on it. So since I'm not running Zane tonight, we're not going to test that one. I don't have a Tankman shield. I mean, not because I've never gotten a Tankman shield. I get them all the time because we kill Captain Trant like as a hobby. I mean, that's like our test dummy. I just never pick them up because they're not that good, and so I'd never picked one up. Now, who knows? Maybe it's good now. But I don't have one of those to test, so we're not going to test Tankman shield tonight either.
Right. And English Hunt in chat is saying, per Grammy at Gearbox, some of the buffs aren't card damage. So they're not showing up on the cards. That would be my guess.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then. That makes sense. I'm going to try a different smog. And, what did I say I needed? The redistributor, right?
Redistributor, yep. That's what you're looking for.
All right, so we got a redistributor. So this time we'll go to Athena's, our favorite place to test. Maybe we can get a Tankman shield to drop.
There you go.
That would be fun. I want to play around with that reflex a little bit more. Really.
You seemed excited about that when you were running it.
Well, I mean, I just think about, it was already with the right anointment on the right character. It was already good enough for the plates in the Guardian takedown. Right? Took a little bit of time, but it was very strong because you can get it, it has a little tiny bit, I think, of inherent shock damage, and of course you can run it with next 2 mags of shock. And so that, ends up being pretty fun. All right, so I'm going to put back on my favorite stuff that we've run so far and with the redistributor. This time, redistributor, yep. We'll still run the Globetrotter. And maybe I'll run the Web Slinger again in here. I was kind of liking that. That felt pretty good. Again, always the
misspoke. It's English units suck. Is who's actually in chat, not English hunts. I think I said English hunts when I mentioned it. My bad.
What's going on, English units? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm going kind of with my favorites here plus redistributor, and we'll give the redistributor a try. That Globetrotter, we're gonna just have to save that just for Trant because that thing was chewing through ammo too fast. I do have a 3X version of it. I don't think it's in my bank. I think it's on a mule character, but I do have a 3X. That's probably the way to go for mobbing situations.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, that doesn't feel bad.
Which one is this?
Redistributor.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it looks like it's doing pretty good. All right. I gotta find something to kill. Something blew up by me, man.
Are you down?
Yeah, I'm down.
Where?
Lose it. You just jumped right over me.
Did I?
Yep. Yeah, I was literally right behind the wall.
Oh,
you're right over me.
Yeah, because I'm not going into the lava to get you up, man. I like you a lot, but
no, not that much, huh? All right.
I like you quite a bit, but like, there's a limit.
I was crawling through it. I was trying to get out of it, man. Stupid barrels.
And using fire damage on the flamethrower heavyweight's not a good idea. All right, go find standing close to a barrel. That'll do it every time. All right, so we're gonna go over in here. There's some good grouping of enemies up ahead. So Gonna give the old reflux a little run here in a large group of enemies. That'll be fun. We need them really grouped up. Would be ideal. All right, here we go. Large group of enemies. Yeah.
Well, when you say large group, there was a large group. I don't see a large group anymore, man.
Very, very briefly, there was a large group of enemies there.
They showed up and disappeared.
I'm a little sad. Amara feels pretty darn nerfed, man. They must have really. I haven't played with her since they nerfed some of the stuff, and it has done something to her. I gotta try the new comm. I got a copy of her new comm today, so I will have to give that a try. Put a build together using that.
What does her new comm bring to the table? Just a general.
It's I think it's a phase flare related comm, so purple tree related comm. I believe. I honestly, man, I haven't like even looked into it. I've been running my phase Zerker for so long. What I've been meaning actually to do is put together a phase cast build again. Mm-hmm. It's been a minute since I've done phase cast, but I realized I don't have a lot of guns with phase cast anointments on them. So I've been trying to get a hold of some weapons with phase cast on it. And then I was thinking I'd do that, but then I got the new comm today, and now I'm like, well, maybe I want to try that. So
you did not go towards beans, you went the other direction. Okay, there you go. I found you.
well, we can't take a chance at getting a tankman shield if we're over by beans.
Right. I got you.
Just saying.
Stating the obvious? All right.
Hey, I didn't say that. I mean, I wasn't unkind like that. Holy cow, does that reflux do work?
It does appear to be doing some work for you. Definitely appears that way.
Yeah. I do love when they buff guns that didn't really need a buff.
Right. Get out of cover, you.
Okay. So, get ready to go down here. We're going to do this, and I'm going to use the Globetrotter on him.
All right, let's do it.
So, YOLO, probably going to kill myself, but, whatever. So that's not doing much on him. He's resisting the ice damage. Okay. Oh, and he'll resist the fire damage too, so that's not going to work. I guess I'm doing the reflux on him. Okay, so that ain't working much either. I forgot he was resistant to ice. Ice and fire. Resistant to both.
Yes, he is. But you still seem to put him down quickly. Relatively quickly.
No tankman shield for me that time. So I guess we'll have to look for that between now and next week, because no luck on the first go round. So I wonder, I mean, where are we at? The smog is still double roughly double, not quite. Almost double the damage of the redistributor, but man, the mag size is so much smaller and the fire rate's a lot lower, so that's the trade-off there. So, Negan.
Gotcha. All right.
How was your beer?
Refreshing. It was good. It definitely, I can see where if I'm going to make a mistake, it'll be with this beer. So a couple of these in, yep, some mistakes can be made.
Let's hope not. Mine, I won't. I mean, it's extremely good, but I'm not even going to be able to get even probably through this one. It's just very sweet, and a little heavy. So, it's, you know, it'd be a nice dessert. It tastes delicious, but maybe a bit much for like this late in the evening. I would still, that said, I would give it like an 8. I mean, it's good. Like if it were January and I had just had dinner and it was like 6:30 at night, I'd be all about this beer.
There you go.
At 11:30 at night, now that it's warm out, it's like, yeah, it's a good dessert, but you know, it's good though. Yeah.
So did you pick it up because it was a lager and you're kind of hoping for that the lighter side of it, or what were you expecting, or anything?
I had no expectation. We were out in Galena, and we stopped in at this quaint little like coffee shop restaurant place in a little town called Elizabeth, which is right by Galena. And the people were really nice, and they had, you know, there's a lot of vineyards and wineries and breweries out that way, and I was looking for something to do for the show, and I said, hey, you know, if you have a favorite beer that you have here, what is it? And the woman said this one. So
okay. Nice. That's good. It's fun to do that too. Go to different breweries or different locations and ask people what their preferences are and try stuff based on what people tell you.
Yeah, and that was exactly it. I was like, I'll just take potluck on it and see what, you know, she said it was good. I was like, yeah, cool. But with that, on that note, it is now very late here, and so we are going to call it a night.
Okay.
And get on to Friday so that we can enjoy that final Friday. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to let you sign us off, Negan.
Okay, appreciate it.
Oh, by the way, recommendations out of this, I probably should have made a couple out of this. Redistributor and Reflux. Definitely. And hey, Kybe's Worth felt really good. It's just so hard to get better the DNA or the plasma coil. You know, it's like if I'm making the choice between the DNA, Kybe's, and plasma coil, Kybe's Worth coming in last for sure on that list. So you know what I mean? It's like,
okay.
There's just so many good options in the you know, kind of splash damage energy Malawan SMG slot, but definitely liked how the redistributor is feeling. Chain Zane is back, I would assume, based on that, and
well, we both talked about we're at least going to give it a shot, see what it does.
Yeah, and the Reflux, man, oh my gosh, the Reflux felt so good. So there's my recommendations as far as what they buffed.
Good. All right. Awesome. Well, that's fun. Found some good guns and some stuff maybe to vary the builds and stuff like that. Some variations.
Yep.
You got a good beer recommendation.
Yep.
Sounds like it's time to, say see ya.